real estate world. I'm Tim Sojka and the host of the Tough Talk podcast. In my career, I've sold over $1 billion in real estate, and our goal for this podcast is to bring in the best guests to give you the toughest advice to advance your career. So if you have a career that you want to do more, and don't we all, you've come to the right place. The Weimers Insurance Group is one of the top independent insurance companies in the country, featuring hundreds of providers. They've recently saved my wife and I over $6,000 versus a rival insurance provider. So for a chance for high quality insurance for home, auto, business, or if you're a developer and need site development, make sure to reach out to the Weimers Insurance Group. You can call them at 281-344-2557 or weimersinsurance.com. That's WIEMERS insurance.com. So if you like saving money, or as an agent, if you need to save a deal, reach out now. Today, we'll be talking to Eric Alarid. He is the Executive Vice President of Business Development and a shareholder for Tilson Homes. Tilson Homes has been building homes for almost a century. In this episode, we'll meet with, like I said, Eric, one of the company shareholders, and we'll talk about what they do as leaders in this industry. We might talk about McCoy too. They're fascinating to me. But from his position, he has worked with hundreds, probably thousands of real estate agents now, and he's seen the most successful agents, he's seen what they do, and he's also seen agents who probably don't do what they can for their client. He's here to talk about the booms and busts of the real estate industry. And when I say booms and busts, that's for a reason. We'll get to their history in a minute. We're so excited to have Eric Alarid. He's an Aggie. Don't hold that against him. A husband, a father, and a fourth generation company owner. And a man who can do triple unders. By the way, triple unders, we'll talk about what that is in a minute. So Mr. Eric Alarid, why don't you explain what a triple under is for those people who don't know?
Yeah, so thank you, Tim. Thanks for having me, first of all. An honor. Like, you're one of my heroes.
You're
so
one of mine.
Thanks for doing this. And yeah, don't let my physique fool you. I did used to work out. And so a triple under, it's a jump rope move, which the fact that there are movements in jump rope is mind-boggling.
It's staggering, right?
But yeah, so obviously it's pretty self-explanatory. I went to A&M. We're very simple people. Rope goes under your legs one time, that's a single under. Rope goes under your legs two times in one jump, that's a double under. Triple under would be the rope goes underneath your feet three times while you're in the air.
In my life, I've maybe worked out with three people who can do triple under. So the fact that that's incredible.
Well, I can tell you that you don't have to be physically fit to do them. You just have to be coordinated. So
that rules me out. All right. So on that strange side note, you were destined your whole life to end up in real estate. Did you always know you were going into real estate? Like your family,
I kind of did. So we are, so Tilson Homes was a fourth generation family owned and operated company. We've been around since 1932. And it really is all I've ever done. Which is funny because my uncle, who is our president CEO now, his advice to all of us, there's four in my generation, so there's four grandsons, we're all boys, which means we lack a lot of strengths. But his advice, what they really wants to do is go get education somewhere, like go work for some other place, whether that's an accounting firm, whether that's, another home builder, something else, anything. And now he had this idea, he got this from reading books about like the JP Morgan families and Vanderbilt families, which by the way, we're not in the same universe.
Right.
But I guess they would, this is back in the 30s, 40s, and 50s, they would make their offspring, the next gen, like go work for, hey, you're going to work for the Vanderbilts and you're a Morgan. Or you're going to work for the Morgans, you're a Vanderbilt. Like they would make them go to other places in New York or wherever to try to gain some experience, bring it back, and they would add more value. I'm like, well, that sounds stupid. I'm not doing that. Thankfully, my brother and my cousin, they all did, but I did. So when I was 16 years old, I hopped in a warranty van and we started riding all over the state of Texas, patching sheetrock and fixing water heaters and fixing roof leaks. And like that, I loved it.
So you were doing warranty work at 16?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. By the way, quick side note, have you read the Cooper, it's a book about the Vanderbilts, and I can't remember, Vanderbilt, The Greatest Fortune Ever Squandered.
Oh, wow.
By Cooper.
I've not read this.
Yeah, Anderson Cooper.
Anderson Cooper.
Great book about the Vanderbilt family. They spent all that money. At one time, they were like 20% of the U.S. GDP, and they spent all that money in 3 generations. They spent it all.
Well, we can talk about second and third generations if you want to. That's not a lot of companies make it past
So Eddie is a really neat leader. Like,
Yeah.
He has at least 3 degrees.
Yeah, I know for sure. Yeah, well, he definitely got a bachelor's. He's a CPA, actually retired CPA. He has maintained his law degree. He still is a lawyer.
Wow. And has a business background.
Well, yeah. So he did actually started out with commercial real estate.
Right.
So he was doing with his dad here in Houston.
So the person leading your company could not be more educated. In all the best ways. Blue collar education, learning it through the family, but also he went out and
did the thing. And what's funny, he'll tell you, like, he can't. One of the things he's done a real good job of teaching us is that it's okay to be vulnerable about what you can't do. He's like, for instance, he goes, I can't build a house. I have no idea how to build a house. He did commercial HVAC work. That's kind of his limited experience in commercial labor or construction labor.
He can manage people who know how to build a house.
Exactly. It turns out that's way more important. Finding out what you can't do, what you're not real good at, and not being ashamed about that, just being like, all right, well, we're going to shore that up.
Right. Eddie, you are both someone I look up to. You just have such a positive attitude out there. Who were your kind of real estate leaders and role models that you learned from early?
So definitely my grandfather. So Jack Tilson Alarid, who was the second generation of our family business. He bought it from his uncles. And he was a real estate broker for a number of years, back when anybody could be. But it served him well. Kind of needed to be doing that, buying and selling real estate, different land transactions for home building and all that kind of stuff. Definitely, he was one. Tim, you're not going to like this. You are one of my real estate mentors, for sure. I've learned a lot about discipline, no shortcuts, and things like that from you and the things you've done.
That goes both ways. Just to see you in front of a group, you may be one of the best stand-up presenters I've ever seen.
One trick pony.
Yeah.
Well, 2 triple unders.
Yeah. So, Jack was an incredible person to look up to.
Yeah.
How long was he in your life? How long did you have him for?
Yeah, great question. So, obviously, from when I was born, so I'm an 80 model, and so from then until he actually only recently passed in 2022. So that was I got to have him in my life. The last 8 years was downhill, right? I mean, dementia and all that kind of stuff. But he
just to learn from a guy like that.
Yeah, so they had a lake house out in Marble Falls, Texas, and it was always. I had like if your parents and grandparents are doing what they're supposed to do, you have no clue whether you're rich, poor, whatever, no idea.
Right.
And we went through bouts of both in the home building space in Texas in the 1980s.
Yeah, in the 80s, you were poor.
For sure.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. I actually have a story about that, I was playing solitaire. I mean, one of those early childhood kind of fuzzy memories. Like, I'm under my mom's sewing machine table, the one that lifted out of Okay. I'm underneath there with what turned out to be, I didn't know how to play solitaire, so I was probably 5 or 6 years old. So I was little, but I'd watched other people play cards, growing up. And I was down there with blue jean knee patches.
Oh yeah,
like dealing them as if they were cards, and then of course didn't think anything about it. Obviously, I won because I get to choose.
Right.
Yeah. And then you get to where you're in college or looking back, you're like, I wonder why we had blue jean patches.
Right.
Oh.
Because
we didn't buy new jeans. Like my older brother got the new jeans, I got the hand-me-downs. My little brother got cutoffs.
Oh yeah,
that's what
they worked their way through the family. It's kind of funny. I think anybody who's successful. One of my buddies said to me, he goes, "I wish I'd grown up poor like you." I'm like, what?
Why?
And he's like, I grew up, and literally he grew up overseas, and he grew up with maids, and literally he had his own maid. And he's like, I just don't understand things like you, and I have such fear. And he goes, you just have no fear because if you go back to that, you can bounce back. And it's like, I have a little fear, but I don't want to oversell it. But I do agree those tough times are really what give you, it's such a blessing to go through those. And I had some guys I worked with that made $200,000 on the first flip they ever did on a house. And I said, this is the worst thing that could ever happen.
Correct.
It's the worst thing.
Because you think this is how it works.
Right, absolutely. So Tilson had one of the strangest turns in the road of any company of all time. So before we talk about that road turn, let's talk about what Tilson does now because it's special. Okay. So when Tilson Homes is a home builder, there's a lot of home builders out there. We've had other home builders on.
For sure.
But Tilson doesn't go out and build in neighborhoods, with rare exceptions. You do in a few neighborhoods. But for the most part, you are strictly a build on your own lot. So let's talk about where that came from, why that's important to you. I've watched the video and it's great, but let's talk about it.
Yeah, so we, like most American companies, we got our start doing something completely different than what we do now.
Yeah, so let's go because it starts fun. So how did Tilson get started?
Yeah, so in the 19 teens and 20s, there's 2 Tilson brothers, Jack Tilson and Horace Tilson, and they they were oil derrick builders. So you think for your audience, think the old Houston Oilers logo, or Earl Campbell, right? So
think spindle top.
That's right, spindle top, exactly. So
they
on the side
were
of the helmet,
building wooden
oil derricks, yeah. Wood oil derrick. And they were doing that in Texas, in New Mexico, and in Mexico proper. In fact, my grandfather, their nephew, was born in Mexico while they were expated down there building oil derricks. So their sister, his mom, was their bookkeeper.
Okay.
Because what do you do in a family business? Like, well, you're going to come work until we can pay you. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see.
Right.
So she's down there bookkeeping for them. And they were building these wood oil derricks, and then rocking and rolling in the 19-teens and 20s. Everything's awesome.
They're printing money.
Printing money. And then they were getting in on oil deals, and unfortunately, that didn't work out. You and I wouldn't be sitting here. I'd be on a beach in Tahiti somewhere.
Then this little thing came along called steel.
And the Great Depression.
Right. Okay.
Almost the exact same time, right? So we got started in 1932, which we were like, oh, that's really cool. Like, think what was going on in 1932 in the United States of America. Right. Great time to do a startup. Let's do it. Why not?
Right.
So, yeah, steel started becoming very affordable and way more efficient to build these derricks out of. Obviously, a lot less maintenance.
And your guys could have started building steel oil derricks.
Had they had the education or gone and gotten it, yes.
In which case, we wouldn't be sitting here and you would be on a beach somewhere. Yes.
Or dead. I don't know.
Right.
But
it'd be fun then.
it'd be a blast.
Right, yeah, absolutely.
It'd be a blast. God said no.
It'd be on ETV. And it'd
For
be awesome.
sure.
Absolutely,
yeah. Anyway, so they obviously kind of were going broke. No one's building wood oil derricks anymore. And so they basically, what can we build out of wood? And that's when they went down to the Second National Bank, downtown Houston, got a loan, started doing
houses.
Yeah, new home construction.
So they could have built steel oil derricks.
Yes.
Everybody's a billionaire.
Correct.
Or they could have built houses.
And
it turned out well.
It's been all right.
It's been great. But it's had its ups and downs, right?
For sure. Not that oil and gas has not had its ups and downs, but yeah, so they started doing that in 1932, and they literally would build anything. I mean, whatever, right? What would you not do for $1 in the 1930s? So they were building houses. My grandfather, their nephew, started working for him in 1950. Okay. Kind of took over construction in 1961. One of the brothers wanted out, the older brother, Horace. He was kind of done with it, but he owned the lumber company. Right. So my grandfather bought him out in 1961, and then kind of bebopped along and bought his other uncle out. Okay. In Jack Tilson. He bought him out in 1983. And so the Allered family, Jack Tilson Allered, he and my grandma owned it up until their passing in the early 2020s. And then, my dad, both my uncles worked there. My aunt worked there. My mom worked there briefly, doing dispatch. We didn't have cell phones back in the 70s and 80s, so all the building superintendent trucks had radios, and we had dispatch stationed there. We had a lumber company. We've kind of done all of it. Some of it right. Most of it not.
So I want to spend a little time talking about what makes you different. So there's builders like Perry Homes, D.R. Horton, we could name Lennar.
Tons.
I'm trying to give some names people know who are going to go build 10 houses in a neighborhood in a row. That's not what you do.
Never. Yeah, so 100% of what we build is scattered site on your land.
So someone owns 5 acres.
Whatever. Yeah, 91% is rural. So we go out kind of the middle of nowhere, Texas. The customer comes to us, the lead comes to us, and they've got land somewhere, or they're hot and heavy on looking at land somewhere. Okay. And we have our own designs. We got 40 or 50 floor plans, a bunch of custom options. But at the end of the day, it's their property. They're going to do whatever they want to do with whoever they want to do it with.
And you can build well and septic. You can attach into water. You can do.
Yeah, that's the biggest difference between what we do and production is we're actually doing the land development. No economies of scale, one house at a time on this customer's land, and
out in the middle of
nowhere. It could be
from Silsbee, Texas, to
all the way to
Montgomery.
Let's call it, but down to Corpus Christi, as far west as probably Cotulla, Texas. Which good luck googling that, you'll find something.
So the geographic boundary north is
the Oklahoma border.
Okay, Oklahoma border.
Yeah.
West
is I'd say Junction.
Right.
Junction, Texas.
And then
south, Corpus Christi. Okay. And then east, Louisiana.
Or
don't leave the state.
Or the Gulf of America.
The Gulf of America,
as it were. Stop building right at the Gulf of America. All right. So what have been some of the secrets of Tilson's success? And then we'll talk about your success. But what have been some of the secrets of Tilson's success?
Yeah, for sure, resiliency. Look, on your lots, it's terrible.
It is a tough business.
If you think about it, there's no harder way for a person to get in a home. No. So you've got resale, which y'all are experts at, right? Pretty simple most of the time. Not always, but you can get in a house pretty quick.
New homes in Somerville.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Piece of
Happy
cake.
acres, whatever.
Right.
And then the next would be, production. You know,
That's
maybe
easy.
you go in, do a contract, you buy it at sheetrock stage or whatever. You
I like
pick
people say, hey, I'm building a home from the ground up.
Right.
They're not.
No,
they think they are.
You chose your granite color and you chose the paint color of the girl's bedroom.
You're not building a custom home. You're building the home they were going to build anyway.
That permit was pulled long before you ever walked in the sales trailer.
You're picking countertops. That's it. Right.
And then you've got
what you do.
I'm gonna go buy this piece of property somewhere. There's no water, no sewer system, no road, no culvert. It's not
pretty.
Beautiful.
Right. Yeah.
Beautiful. Gorgeous views, which means extremely out of level. Going to cost a lot of money to prepare it.
Right.
And here's the unique thing that we tell our sales team, construction team, everybody in the company, because it's a highly emotionally charged purchase, as all home purchases are. But when you're talking about someone that comes to us, at best case scenario, we're the third wheel to the date. Right. They fell in love with this land long before they ever considered who might be building on it. And there's a lot of options.
Right.
And so you have to treat that like they're inviting. You ever been the third wheel to a date? I bet you have. Yeah. I know I have. And you have to treat that invitation with a pretty high degree of respect.
Right.
Like, the wildest stuff, Tim, like, hey, your guys left trash over there by that oak tree. My first dog's buried over there. Like, how? Or that's where we set the porta-can, right? Just my luck.
Right.
So there's stuff like that you don't, like, you're not going to encounter that in production subdivision world and resale world. And so knowing and respecting that level of emotion, it's a lot of cases, it's family land. It's second, third generation. Like, hey, my grandma and grandpa deeded me these 2 acres over here and want us to build a home. Like,
one thing that makes Tilson special too is the way you can finance a home that most people don't. So let's say the normal purchase process is someone says, I want to build a custom home. Then they have to go out and get a bank loan.
That's right.
And then, hey, we pour the foundation, the contractor poured the foundation. Hey, we put up framing, the bank pours
we
that.
Draw. Mm-hmm.
And that, although a lot of people do it that way.
99% of commercial and residential construction are done that way.
Yeah, custom resident. But Tilson simplified the process. So you guys do something really unique.
Yeah, so another thing that makes us different is we're probably the worst bank on planet Earth. So
you're the best bank for them, the worst bank
exactly.
for you.
Yeah, for returns, we're the worst bank. Like you said, a construction loan is you're going to hear it called typically one of 3 things: either interim financing.
Right.
This is for your realtor guests. Like you hear words like interim financing, draw schedule, or construction loan. They all 3 effectively mean the same thing.
Right.
They all 3 mean that the builder needs the builder needs the buyer to go borrow the money to fund the build, to fund construction. So like your example, they're going to take a draw at foundation pour, okay, or they're going to take a draw at frame completion. They're going to take a draw at sheetrock installation, at cabinet installation.
And you need great credit to do that, by the way.
You need great credit. You need a lot of equity.
Or you need cash.
Because you're a real estate professional.
Right.
Do you want to sell an unfinished home or a finished home?
Finished home.
Absolutely. Right. So banks turned out they figured that out pretty quick.
Right.
Nothing sells slower than an unfinished home.
Correct.
Now, make that a little more complicated and do it out on 7 acres in Lampasas, Texas, an unfinished home. Because all we got to do is find a builder that'll finish it, right?
Right. Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah.
So, and it made it very difficult, especially in the 80s, 90s. And my grandfather figured out, and my uncle, that like, hey, look, if we can like bridge this gap, because like a bank, they'll do a construction loan in Houston, San Antonio, Austin, Minneapolis, whatever, where there's a concentration of population, but they're like, you want me to do this in Cotulla, Texas?
Right.
Like, why in the world? Like my loan committee is not going to go for this. Because if that customer bails, good luck. Who's going to buy that house? Right. And so they decided, like, look, this could be like a force multiplier for us if we can just figure out how to fund that. And we decided, well, we'll just do it with our own cash. Right. So we build the house from 0 to completely finished out of our own pocket. So we get the customer approved up front for the permanent financing.
Do they give you 10% down or?
No. The land, land, there's equity in the land. Right. So they come to us. They either own the land or they at least have some equity into it and they're making payments.
Right.
So we're going to do an appraisal, or their lender's going to do an appraisal up front based on plans and specs. So basically exactly as if they're going to a subdivision or exactly as if they're going to a resale and buying a home and getting a qualification. That lender is going to require an appraisal, right? Okay. And you probably made offers that are contingent on appraisals, maybe not, but exact same process. They're going to go pull comps as if that home were built today, what it would sell for. We make sure that that's, copacetic with the lender, with the customer, like, hey, are you cool? Because
that's what it's going to be worth.
This is what it's worth. This is what it costs to build. Right. This is what it's like to build it with, either 4 mansions all around you or 4 mobile homes all around you.
Right.
And then once we get that commitment letter, just a permanent takeout letter from a lender, we build the house from zero to completely finished out of our own pocket. There's no interest accruing. There's no payments during construction. There's nothing happened. And we carry the builder's risk insurance. We carry the general liability. Like they truly just, all they have to do is keep paying their bills, and
you're basically their real estate valet.
Correct.
You take care of everything for them. You take all the concern off.
And all the risk.
So yes, and that's one reason someone should use you. Now, in your whole career, so I'm going back a while. I remember Brett calling me about one home of the thousands of homes that you've sold.
Correct.
I only remember one home that you guys had to take back.
In foreclosure, yeah. So it's super, super rare, right? I mean, obviously we can legally do that in every case. Right. I mean, the customer signs a builder's and mechanics lien contract.
But you go out of your way never to do it. That's what I've seen. I've seen you guys bend over backwards not to do it. So you take not all the risk away. Again,
I'm not in the home sales business, Tim. I'm in the home building business.
Again, of all the ones that you've done, I only remember one home in my career working with you guys, which has been over a decade.
Yes.
You guys really go out of your way to make sure that deal closes for the buyer.
Think about it. Like, so legally we can do that. We can foreclose on it. We can sell it, kick them out. Like that's legally what they agreed to let us do.
Right.
91% of what we build is rural.
Right.
If I go do that in small town America, legal or not, I'm the big ugly corporation that just came in and took the family farm.
Right.
It doesn't market real well.
Yeah. So you go out of your way. So, I've seen you guys bend over backwards not to. I mean, even to the point, I think one time they called me and said, hey, we can foreclose on this house. We don't want to.
Correct.
Tim, can you just pull comps so we can show everybody that this is going to work?
Yes.
So.
Yeah, or we will do a modification in a lot of cases to get nothing deteriorates faster than an unlived in home.
Right.
Agreed?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so you want somebody in there, right, when it's done, taking care of the place, mowing the yard, running the water.
Absolutely.
Who better to have in there
than the person who wants to own it
to begin with? Right. So let's modify this. Let's do an owner find, whatever we can do. Let's get them in here and we'll start searching. Life happens, man. Like you do something stupid, that's on you, right? You went and bought a new F-450 right before closing. You went and did that, bought a whole house full of furniture, but real things happen. We've been around almost 100 years. Death, divorce, child gets sick, like life happens. Okay?
You're going to make it happen for them.
Got to make it happen.
So let's talk about innovative. So I think that's so innovative. So yogurt, let's go. I know yogurt sounds like a strange subject.
High protein.
But when I was younger, it wasn't hip to eat yogurt. And then they created the Go-Gurt where you just rip it open. And it was all about the packaging, right?
Okay.
Go-Gurt was one of the most successful packaging hits of all time. So Tilson has been building homes in years, and your Go-Gurt was saying, hey, we're going to offer you taking this risk out of you. And that's been one of the secrets of Tilson's success.
By far, yeah. So the barrier of entry to being a builder in Texas is, by the way, lower than to be a realtor.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, there is no licensing. There is none of that. Okay,
which is so scary.
Terrifying.
Right.
Terrifying. So the larger of us are going to do it right, just for our own
protection.
We're going to get every inspection everywhere. Is it required? No. Do we do it? Absolutely. Right. Things like that. And so I'm saying that to say that it's really hard to get a unique selling proposition in the home building space in Texas. Very difficult. It turns out liquidity is very difficult to replicate.
Right.
So it's our competitive advantage of just
because you've been doing this almost a century.
Right.
Yeah. Because your family has made some good decisions.
Yes.
It's an advantage you can offer your clients.
Yeah, exactly. So we are effectively our own bank, and we fund them throughout the entirety of construction.
Right. That reminds me of my favorite. One of the favorite. You called me. You had one of the models flooded.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, one of the models flooded in Harvey, and Brandon called you and said, "Hey, don't worry, we're self-insured." And which meant you didn't have insurance, which meant that you were just paying for it, right? That was his way of saying, "Hey, we're paying for it." So
my cousin, he was like, "Oh, well, it's not going to be a problem." In other words, there's not a lot of hoops to jump through here.
Right.
Super simple.
We're self-insured.
Exactly.
Which meant, you were paying for it, right?
We were paying for it.
We talked about
FEMA did not come rescue us.
No.
Strangely enough.
Yeah. So we talked about one of the secrets of Tilson's success. Mm-hmm. What would you say? Like you have one of the things you list, you're a storyteller, and I love that. Under your job title, you're a storyteller. But what would you say are some of the secrets of your success, besides, of course, that incredible Aggie education?
Well, yes, of course. Harvard on the brass is second to none. So I thought about this before coming in here, and it sounds so cliche, and I tried to find a different way to do it, but it really is this simple. Because so I have two brothers, and one of them, like my younger brother, super good looking dude. I'm sure they can go find it, like great looking guy. Has had his share of that has brought problems, but hey, he's a good looking dude, sharp, strong, finance guy. My older brother, highly intelligent. I mean, like, my grandparents had a lake house when we were young, and my little brother and I would be the ones, like, we're hitting the water at 6 a.m. to go water skiing, and we come back, and my older brother Chris is working like a 5,000 piece puzzle at the table. We're like, you're a nerd, but whatever,
but smart, right?
100% smart, problem solver. Thank God he's with us. So I was neither smart nor had good looks. So what are my options, right? Like, I can work hard, like I can be available. I can lift stuff. So it sounds silly and cliche, but truly just be willing to show up and be ready to work to do whatever. Also,
the answer is yes. Your boss calls you with something,
figure it out.
And I can't tell you how many times I've answered the phone and my boss or a client says, hey, I need you to fix this. And you go, absolutely.
Done.
And you have no idea how you're going to do it.
Or the tools to do it. Or any of that.
Like, they just want the problem to go away.
Correct.
And if you make problems go away for people.
Like, and if I in my head, low self-esteem or self-deprecating, like, if they've got all this way down and this far in their Rolodex to call me, like, they have no options. Like, I'm it. I'm the last. I'm the last of the Mohicans. So I'd tell people, like, be ready to work. So my granddad, he told us over and over. He'd make us work on projects at our ranch, at the lake house. Like, there was nothing we're hiring anybody. Like, it's all DIY. We want to add on to the dock. We're out there driving pilings in the water, building scaffolding. We're doing that at 13, 14, 15 years old. Like, that's what we're doing.
What a gift from God. What a
Thank God.
gift.
Yeah. I got another story about that in septic systems. It's potty talk. But he would say successful people make a habit of doing the things that unsuccessful people are simply unwilling to do. It's like, you got no more intellect. You have no more skill, zero. But the successful people, and it's like, they won't do it once. He says successful people make a habit of doing the things that unsuccessful people are unwilling to do. That's the only difference.
It's staggering to me, the number of people that are my age, and I'm 59, you're much younger than me, but the number of people that I see out there that are my age that have zero money.
Yes. What was the average 401k balance for 60 and up is like $190,000.
And it's because
fact check me.
They always have the newest car. They always have the newest phone. They go out and spend money on everything. I buy a new truck when my truck stops running. Like, when my mechanic says, look,
you're losing money.
You're losing money, right? So
it's so funny you said we just recently switched because, I mean, for years we bought our own vehicle. 100%, everything's paid for. We have zero debt.
Wow.
Zero debt in the company, aside from trade payables. Right? I mean, we weekly owe people for framing, but we own every piece of real estate that we have. All of our design center locations, those are all paid for. All of our vehicles, and for years we pay for all of it. But literally in the last 3 years, we finally started. We were able to talk my uncle and everybody into doing a lease program, because for years you really could fix the transmissions and the engines and all that, and now it's just gotten so cost prohibitive.
Right.
But that was like a huge step for old school Tilson, is like start leasing. Like, leasing? Are you crazy?
Are you crazy?
Yeah, we don't lease vehicles at Tilson. We run them until 400,000 miles. We rebuild the motor twice. We'll put a new front seat in it if you're lucky.
But that's also how Tilson got to loan money to people to help buy their houses.
Turns out, starting in the Great Depression, you develop some good habits.
Absolutely. And I was lucky to be raised by grandparents who lived through the Great Depression, and it's my mom too. But my grandparents were in my life a lot. But just to see how they did things and see. Like, you did not eat out in my family.
To the day my grandmother passed away. So she passed away a year after my granddad did. I mean, just recently. And they had means by that time. Okay, right. They're
I
fine.
sold the house.
They're going to be.
They had an amazing house. And they lived in the memorial villages. It was amazing.
They were fine. Till the day she passed. Aluminum foil, we're wiping that down.
Oh, yeah.
We're refolding it, and it's going back in the drawer. Like,
absolutely.
That was just not because she felt bad. Just that was the habit.
Right.
Like, that was their habit.
I do a lot of barbecuing, as you probably do too. If I don't use a foil pan 4 times, I feel like I'm just not trying.
Correct. Yeah. What have I done?
Oh yeah. What have I done? I would say the other secret of success, and you're not giving enough credit for yourself to yourself, but you just show up with a positive attitude and positive energy. And the number one thing people say about me is you have so much energy. I have people say that you have so much energy. You have so much energy, and you're one of those people too. I had a talk with Kevin yesterday, and somebody said, you just have a way of encouraging, or no, what was it? You just have a lot of successful people. You help build people. And I said, no, that's not it. You're wrong. It's not that I help build people. I see people that you see want it for themselves in life. Mm-hmm. And I want it for those people too, because they want it so bad for themselves. So I do have a radar for spotting people who are willing to do the work.
I also believe they can do it.
Right. Yeah. They believe they can do it.
Yeah.
They want it. And I can't want it for them more than they want it for themselves.
Ever.
Right. So I think I do have an ability to see people who just want things in life for themselves. And you've always had that. You show up in the room, you're ready to take on what you want to take on. And people go, well, you can't just go through life assuming everything's going to go your way. Yes, you can.
You can.
And it's awesome.
I recommend you do. Yeah, I recommend you do.
Yeah.
I recommend. Now you'll learn from when it doesn't. You'll figure that stuff out if you have that attitude. The other thing is
and when they don't go your way, you just assume so something else can go your way later.
Correct.
Right? Hey, I need to learn this lesson now. It'll be useful to me later.
Pilots will tell you that turbulence doesn't last forever.
Yeah.
Like it.
Right.
You're going to have it. Like, there's no question. They'll do all the modeling for you and all that. You don't know when. The
favorite Will Rogers quote, when you're going through hell, keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah, figure it out. Yeah. I will say that the other advice, separate successful people from successful people, you're not too good to do anything.
No.
And that was just something so my dad sat my brother and me down. So I was 16, he'd have been 18. When they're going to put us in the warranty van with these warranty techs, and we're going to be driving around, Southeast Texas, fixing houses in August. So climbing an attic in Bay City, Texas in August.
Find the leak.
Yeah. And he set us down, and I'm pretty excited, right? Like, I'm going to make money.
Right.
He said, we're paying you boys minimum wage. I'm like, dang right you are. He's like, because we have to, not because you're worth it.
Right.
Because you don't have any skills, really. Like, you can lift sacks of sackcrete. That's about it. Like, outside of that,
it was training though.
Correct. Yeah. And by the way, God bless the two guys they threw us. Can you imagine? Like, what a horrible deal. Oh, great. I have the owner's kid to babysit for the next 3 months.
Fantastic.
Awesome. Yeah.
Fantastic.
All I want to do is smoke Viceroys on my way back to Houston, and now I got this kid.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he said, if you work here and you're part of the family, you will work like you are in a fishbowl, like everyone's watching, because they are.
They want you to mess up. They want you to have a coke problem. They want you.
Exactly.
They want to see all the mistakes, and you can't.
He said if they're standing around, but we used to have a thing called water coolers. You remember them?
Oh, yeah.
You could actually go get your water. And he goes, if I stand around the water cooler just talking, smoking, and joking, doing whatever, you excuse yourself. Like, you find a broom, you find something to do, because the minute you're standing there doing it, even if you're only 16 and you don't know anything, it's an endorsement. And so it was this, if the septic system collapsed at our lake house over the summer. I'm 14 years old. Right. My granddad, he come down, cup of coffee, figure out what's going on. Actually didn't drink coffee. He had grape nuts. He would mix grape nuts and orange juice. I'm not sure it's the secret to success, but that was his go-to breakfast. He went upstairs, like, he saw what happened, went back up the spiral staircase, and I'm like, oh, he's going to go call somebody, because he's Tilson Homes, right? We're going to get this figured out. He comes down, and he has 2 pair of waders. I'm like, well, that's odd.
One for you, one for him.
Yeah. And so down into the septic system we went and busted up the concrete lid that had collapsed. But it was one of the many instances where it's like, you need to know how to fix this stuff.
Right.
And by the way, you're not too good to do anything.
Yeah,
and leaders climb down there with you when things get hard.
So the funny thing is, there's certain smells that you can smell 30 years later. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's funny.
Clean out a septic system or step in the wrong dog crap. 30 years later.
God has a weird way of making these things go. Yeah. It actually just happened to us over New Year's at our ranch. My son and my nephew are with me. Septic system collapsed New Year's Eve about 5:30.
Wow.
This is in the middle of nowhere, like middle of nowhere, Texas.
No one's coming to save you.
Well, so my nephew, recent college graduate, he's like, well, Uncle Eric, who do we call? And I'm like, I have great news for you. The service team is already here.
Yeah. We're self-insured.
We're self-insured.
Right.
So I'm going to get the backhoe, and you and Jacob are going to get shovels, and we're going to get to the bottom of this problem.
No, I'm not on social media, and I know I should be, and I'm not on social media a lot. But when I was, we all know you married the right woman, right? Great kids, great wife. So she's part of your success team.
Absolutely.
But what does the Eric Alarid success team look like?
Man,
Who do you have around you that make you successful?
Great question. And I can emphasize that on the marketing side. I'm a sales guy.
Right.
Okay. A lot of people will say sales and marketing. They are two very different skill sets.
Absolutely.
Because I know you're a marketing guy. You're also great. So you're a unicorn, actually. But when people say VP of sales and marketing, no offense to the VPs of sales and marketing out there, but I'm like, there's no way.
Right.
that you're doing both those well. One's very short time, very, very instant, you must sell things now. One of them's a little bit more forward thinking, like where are we going to be in 3 years?
When people are thinking of a new home, you want Tilson to come up. That's marketing.
Correct.
When people are thinking of a soft drink, you want them to think of Coca-Cola. So there's branding.
That's right.
In marketing. There's calls to action in marketing, which are great, but rare, that are done well. And then there's salespeople who, if that lead ever comes through,
you must close.
Yeah, you must close.
Yeah, this must happen.
We spent thousands of dollars for you to get this phone call.
Yeah, to crack this threshold. Yeah, and to set an appointment. And so I did sales my whole career. Warranty. And I figured real quick that air conditioning rocks. Way more fun to be in a sales office, and I was built for that. I enjoy it very much. Plus, also, it turns out everybody's happy when it comes to a sales office. Right. I found in warranty, no one calls to see how your day is going.
Right.
Calling for one reason.
Right.
I have a problem. Super sweet.
Great job. No one called.
Just thought you might want to hear that today.
Right, yeah.
Did sales my whole career, took over our marketing team in about 2016, 2018, and figured out in very short order, I need to hire a very good marketing person because I am a poser. Like I am pretending to be able to do this, and this is going to be a train wreck. Right. Like I can spin this plate for a little bit, but this is not. I'm not good at this. So I'm saying
marketing. Who'd you bring in?
Dawn Dantzler. Okay. She's our senior vice president of marketing, customer experience. I had worked with her for years on the agency side, so she worked for the agency that we used to use. But I knew she knew our brand, she knew our people, she knew our story. Like marketers have to tell us; they're storytellers. They have to be able to tell a story.
Tilson works well with fishing tournaments and
correct. Yeah, pickup trucks and FFAs, rodeos. That's our game. So anyway, in other words, I think when you're building a successful team, it's like you better figure out and get real vulnerable real quick of what you're not very good at, and you have a couple of options. You can pretend that you're going to get good at it. That's an option. Right. You can do nothing and decide, well, it's probably going to fix itself, which is a decision. Or you can say, okay, I must find the best human being on earth that'll do this and supplement my weaknesses because I'm not going to pick this up. Or if by the time I did, this person would have had it 10 times further down the road. So I did that with some VPs of sales.
You've got great VPs of sales.
Guys are studs.
You gave Dawn a shout out. Who?
Oh, yeah, we'll give Hunter, Pat, and David a shout out. I don't think they're on social media either. But yeah, Hunter Sonnen, Pat Mayo, and David Hazy. I've known all those men for over 20 years. I've known two of them for over 30 years. Pat has worked for us for 38 years. Wow. We have a guy who's worked for us for 49 years this year. That's awesome. So we have some great, it used to be called tribal knowledge. That's not appropriate anymore. It's now institutional knowledge. But we have a lot of institutional knowledge.
People have been with you forever.
Which is wild, and that's amazing. That's awesome, but it can be limiting. So every now and then you do have to bring in somebody that hasn't done that. And meshing them in with your culture, your heritage. So you have a 30 or 40 year employee, you bring in somebody from outside that says they're the best at this, like building up the emotional equity with the older people of the team to be like, okay, well, this is not a threat. Right. This is somebody that will supplement our shortcomings.
So in my old life, when I worked for Nestle, I used to call on some of the largest national accounts in the country, and we were selling them millions of dollars of product, right? And some of them had been using our product forever. Mm-hmm. So we would come in, and I would bring a chef that would travel with me, and we would come in and do this huge sales pitch of talk about all the new ideas and concepts that they could use. And the busiest, most successful people who should never have time for me would make time for this little sales guy and his chef to come in and present new ideas to them, which we did. And they ended up a lot of times using them, and they would take tough advice from us, like, hey, look, you're buying our peppercorn sauce already. You're using it one way on the menu. Here's 4 other ways to use it, right? Orange juice and grape nuts. For instance.
Is direct.
Yeah. Right. So
haven't seen it on the menu yet.
Yeah, we haven't proposed that, but we would come in and propose different ideas to them, and the ones who were most vibrant and should never have time to make time for us always did. And the dying restaurant chains, the ones who were going down and their stores were getting old, and we don't have time to see you. We're too busy running our business to see you. We know what we're doing.
We have this figured out.
That is the most dangerous mentality out there.
Oh,
So 2 of those companies that I used to call on are out of business.
Right. And neither of them are Applebee's?
And it wasn't me. No.
That's impressive.
I did call on Applebee's. I sold them the spinach artichoke dip platter.
Are they not fascinating?
They are.
How? Anyway.
They're a great marketing company.
They are a great marketing.
And we'll leave it there.
Because who doesn't want a bourbon barrel glazed broccoli with a side of caramel? I don't know.
I won't say about which restaurant, and I will not say, but I had a chef say, this is a great quote. There's a chain that I used to call on, and a chef goes, "It's amazing what Americans have begun to accept as food, isn't it?"
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
So
Anyway.
with the restaurants, when accountants take over, things go badly. When the accountants are running everything. So you do need accountants.
You do. Absolutely.
You also need marketing and salespeople.
Yes.
So
balance. Yeah.
So it's interesting. You have to get that new voice in the room. It tells almost a century, but you have to have that new voice in the room.
Yes.
In my opinion, or you're going to be a dead company. You won't make it past.
You're an echo chamber. Yeah.
You're an echo chamber. So, what would you say are some of the other secrets of your success in Tilson?
Same thing, right? Just that, I mean, we haven't touched. I don't have to touch on, but we have a whole operations side of the team, right? So all the drafting, the cost management, figuring out what things cost, getting purchase orders cut, construction themselves. I actually have to execute the things that we sell, being on the forefront of what's happening. What are customers looking for? What are they moving from? Why are they moving? Like I said, 91% we build is rural. So why would someone leave a beautiful master plan community and go out to the middle of nowhere and buy 3 chickens? I don't know, but I'm glad they do.
Right.
I shouldn't say that's exactly the life I live, so I don't care. But that's the.
I bet you have more than 3 chickens.
We're down to 1.
Oh wow.
We were high. It turns out that my golden retriever has the most confirmed kills on our ranch. So it's just not.
That's not the best thing.
She does not. Yeah, she does not conducive to a gigantic chicken operation.
Oh, wow.
She's a detriment, but. I have more cows than I have chickens.
Oh, wow.
But it's not good. So I'd say, we're learning from mistakes. I know that probably becomes
That's
a question.
important, right?
Oh, my gosh.
Right.
And you mentioned that as well. I thought of it, like thinking that you've got it all figured out.
Oh,
That's the most dangerous place you can be from a business perspective, from a personal growth perspective.
Oh.
But yeah, thinking, and now I did that. Like in 2004, 5, 6, 7, buddy. There was no better new home salesman than Eric Alarid. Right. I mean, statistically, there was. In fact, even in our company, but not in
your head.
Not in my head. Right. There wasn't. And I mean, it was fun. Like I thought I was amazing. Wasn't following any kind of system at all. People just naturally bought from me because why wouldn't they?
Right.
And no prospecting, just raw, natural talent. Mm-hmm. Yeah. When they're ready to move forward, they know. And then 2008
came. And then we all had to be better salespeople. I thought I was the smartest man in the world in 2006 and 2007. And in 2008, I learned I was not.
My
mortgage crash, by the way. Mortgage crash.
Oh, in case you didn't know this, which they call the Great Financial Crisis, they call it now.
And any realtor or home builder who did not live through that period and hadn't experienced it,
listen closely to us.
Yeah. The market can,
It turns out a not so well-trained monkey could sell houses from 2002 to 2006.
And from 2013 to 2025.
Correct. Yeah.
Record.
Yeah. And so that's when I discovered real quick the importance of discipline and not talent.
Client relationship management.
Yes.
Following up. Systems.
Doing the boring, mundane things that absolutely must be done. When the leads aren't beating down your door to come buy something from you.
So we just put a new goal in place for Seats and Sell, which is really interesting. It used to be how many calls can you make in a day?
Yep.
And I'd be on the phone with somebody that I was having success with, but I had to get off with them to get to my next phone call.
Sure.
So we made every tracker we have now about appointments.
Yes.
I don't care if you make 1 phone call or 500. If you schedule an appointment that day, that's a good day.
Good day.
Right. And, So I just had to talk with my salespeople. I wanted them to schedule 7 and 10 appointments a week. They're like, well, we think 3 is a good goal. So fine.
Adorable.
That's fine. But if you have 3 appointments a week, you're going to be successful. So
yes.
We made everything about like, how many appointments do you have in a week? And we defined what an appointment was.
Okay. Yeah. That's important.
I actually had a fight with them over who gets credit for the appointment. And by the way, it's like, if I schedule the appointment and you go on it, that's my appointment. I scheduled it. I should get credit for that.
That's right.
And they're like, well, we want credit for it too. We should go on. And once I realized it was a BS number and it really didn't matter, it's like, sure, I don't care.
Whatever.
But I'm not counting it in my head.
Get them on contract. We'll talk about it then.
Yeah, absolutely. So just tracking appointments and just making it simple. And when you get on the phone, like realizing I don't care if I get 100 no's in a day, which I have.
Get them as fast as you can.
Right. Get them as fast as you can and get your 1 yes. And then that's a successful day. And just leaving that day with, yesterday I didn't have an appointment all day and I had a guy call me at 2:00 and said, can I meet with you today? It's like, as a matter of fact, you can.
It's so interesting you do it like that, Tim, because it's no different in new home sales. It is the exact same. The difference is I'm paying for the leads for my sales team.
Right.
That's a big difference.
I am too. And that's the worst thing. Like every lead you get costs me $50 to $80.
But if you will measure if you'll have a system in place that can measure those conversion rates.
I do.
Yeah. And then you get to find out the appreciation of being like a GM for a baseball team. You're like, oh, there's a reason these first three guys get to bat first, second, and third. Why is that?
Right. And some of the other agents are like, why does this agent get more leads than you?
I'll show you.
Yeah. If you look at the board.
Great news. They have a higher batting average than you do.
Right.
So when they get done with their at-bats, you can have one.
Right.
Because, the catcher's in the lineup, right?
Right.
Because he has to be.
Right.
So you might get some at-bats, but you're not going to get as many as Jose Altuve.
Right.
You're just not. Because statistically speaking, he's going to get a hit and get on base.
Right.
So I have to do that. And that's the.
Right.
I think when you think that you're good at something,
that's dangerous.
You stop preparing. But if you think about the greatest athletes ever, like take your Tiger Woods, your Michael Jordans, and it all sounds cliche, but like those guys, do they ever stop preparing?
No.
Ever. Yeah.
Same thing with the sales. I'm still reading sales books to this day. I'm still trying to get better every day, and I still fail.
Somebody's listening to podcasts.
Yeah, every day. All right. I know you have. Can we go to state of the market, or is something else you want to say?
No, absolutely. No, I got system stuff. When you want to talk about that, I got.
Yeah. All right. So
best practices.
Salespeople. There's only one answer, and I think you'd agree with this. Eric, how's the market? What's the answer?
Fantastic.
It's fantastic. It's great.
Absolutely.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
So I had a salesperson walk up to me yesterday and say they wanted to join my team, it was Tuesday, and it's like great. And then they started explaining to me why all the negatives of the product they're selling now and why they can't sell it.
Excuses.
Yeah. That person will never join my team.
No.
Of course. Right. But it's not the market, it's you.
Mm-hmm.
You talked about a lot of people said they had a terrible year last year. And what was Tilson's year like last year?
We were up about 18% on sales.
18%.
Yeah. And so that's. And it really is mentality. I mean, part of it is I have to give credit.
Are your salespeople getting more at bats? Are they better at the at bats, or what?
No, they're more efficient at bats. Yeah, they're better at the at bats.
Wendy Locke's the best I've ever seen.
She's solid.
Eric
McCurry, yeah, he's solid. We have, of course, we track all their conversion rate. Like we have. I mean, my funnel is super simple. I have leads.
Right.
Well, I guess I have website visits, leads, appointments, sales, starts, closings. Super simple.
Right.
And if I know how many closings I need, that means I need this many starts. That means I need this many sales based on our bust out rate. To get that many sales, I need this many kept appointments in front of my sales team. To get that many kept appointments, I need this many leads. To get that many leads, I need this many website visits.
Wow.
Super simple.
Wow.
It took a little while to get that dialed in, but once it's dialed in, everybody has the same accountability sheet.
Then it's the faucet you can turn on and off.
Yes. Yeah. And so in doing that, now that's a system. Right. But when you have that system in place, it doesn't really matter what the market is.
Right.
It really doesn't. Because it's just a number. It's a numbers game. It's literally law of averages. Like, for a fact you will have to get in front of this many people. Does that mean I need get more leads? I might. Okay, where do I get those leads from? Or you have two options. You can either go buy more leads, which at a certain point has the law of diminishing returns. Right. At some point, you're going to start buying stuff that's not your market.
It's crap.
Or you can get better at converting the leads that you get.
Which is the best thing you can do.
Way cheaper to do. Yeah. So just get better at it. Or you can do a better job of following up with those leads. Like maybe they don't buy the first, maybe instead of 3 visits, it takes 6 visits to get that.
So I assume you have a CRM that does some of the follow-up for you, client relationship management system.
Yep.
So you have a client relationship management system that reminds your salespeople to call, and it might send some letters and emails to people to keep them in the game. AI, it's called AI now, but in the old days it was just basically...
I've always believed I'm artificially intelligent, so this is not new to me at all.
So you do have a great CRM system, but basically it comes in, we got to turn on the faucet to get leads. Mm-hmm. Once we have the leads, you're hoping to get them to some kind of event, and you guys do have...
we have seminars we do in person, but what we really have, kind of our
bread and butter?
Yeah, that's been for the last 7 years or so, has been our online sales team. Okay. We have a nationally award-winning online sales team, an online sales program, so we've won... online sales team of the year at the National Association of Home Builders. We have been up for that award for 3 times in the last 6 years. We're up for it again in this year. And so what does that mean? Well, what it means is they're really, really good at converting phone calls to appointments. That's their whole job. We had this mindset, and I know maybe it doesn't translate evenly from...
And by the way, this can work for big real estate teams too.
Correct. Okay, that's what I was going to ask. Will it work for this? I think it will.
No, there are teams that it does.
But their job is 100% set appointments. That's it. Like, they're not selling a house. They're not redrawing a plan. They're not putting the master bath out of this one and this one.
Do they get incentivized for every appointment they set?
Oh, yes, sir. Okay. I'm a big Old Testament, you don't muzzle the ox while it's threshing.
Right.
If nobody works for free. Right. I don't ask anybody to work for free. Right. So their whole job is to get appointments with our on-site sales team. I found that when we were giving our online leads, our internet leads, or Meta, anything that comes through Facebook or Google or Instagram, if I was giving any of those leads to our on-site team, they would follow up on that lead when it was convenient.
And once.
Oh, at best.
Yeah.
At best.
You're right.
Whereas the online sales team, like a completely different training program, completely different mentality, completely different. I mean, it is, and I got to give credit to Mike Lyon, the company called Do You Convert. He and a guy named Kevin Oakley. They helped us implement this system. And his quote that I use, and this is universal across real estate builder world, and that is, you do 100% of the process to 100% of the prospects 100% of the time, no lead left behind.
Wow.
In other words, you don't have a preconceived notion of whether this person is or is not going to buy, is or is not going to list. Is it like you do? If this is the process, if your process is 10 touches in the first 2 weeks or 16 touches in the first 30 days, whatever that process is, you do that process 100% of the time to 100% of the prospects. No lead left behind. You do not stop until they buy or until they die.
Is your online sales force, are they Tilson employees?
They are Tilson employees, full-time Tilson employees.
And they're trained. Did you guys train them, trained by someone else?
So they are, initially the team was trained by someone else. It was a Do You Convert team, and they're experts at it. They only do new homes. They don't do real estate, realtors. But there's companies that do. I know. Well, I mean, anybody has a price. Right. So I'd be glad to introduce you to Mike. But they were trained by them. Of course, now we've been doing this since 2018. So we have the training process in place that's specific to on your lot because it's a different animal, but not that different. Like when it comes to that part of the funnel, you just got to get them in front of a salesperson. That's what your job.
How many salespeople how many homes will you guys build in a good year?
500.
500.
We'll close 500 houses.
All right, so 500 homes. We won't do the math, but 500 times, let's say 500,000.
Yeah, that'd be real close.
All right, so how many online salespeople do you have to manage that process for you?
7.
7. Okay.
Yeah.
7 full-time employees.
Yes.
Wow.
One of whom is a manager. So call it 6
people
that
are picking up.
Correct.
Monday, Friday, 9 to 5.
Oh, no. 7 days a week.
7 days a week.
7 days a week. So yeah, and they rotate
24
weekends.
hours a day?
Nope, they're not. That's a great question. Yeah, so they're not 24/7. I don't have a chat bot on my website. I will do text on the website, but for our customer, and we're different, right? But our customer is very high contact.
They
lot of questions.
They still like phone calls.
Yes, yeah, they or at least chat, but they want a human. Okay. More importantly, and so my team is they understand, but it's a line, right? Because you can talk your way out of an appointment.
You can.
I
tell people once you schedule an appointment, shut up.
Shut up. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, we're scheduled. I'm sending you the Google invite now.
Yeah.
I'm off the phone.
Yeah. In fact, we even used to.
Hey, can I ask you another question? Sure, you can. At the appointment.
Great news. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. I'll write that down. I'll be sure I have the information when you get here.
At the appointment.
Yeah, at the appointment. And they will. And actually, we had this whole handoff system feedback loop that we wanted the on-site person to then reach out to the prospect, firm up the appointment, because that sounds like the Western American thing to do, right? Very cordial. You know what we found out?
What?
Your on-site sales team will talk to themselves out of an appointment.
Oh.
Start answering questions, so it's like, you know what, we're going to remove, and this was against our consultant, our Do You
and I
Convert's
bet your
advice.
salespeople fought you on it too. They thought they were the best at it.
Yeah,
right?
no, we had to get the managers to be like, hey, foot down. Try it for 60 days. Let's just see what happens. Let's just try it for 60 days. Yeah, our appointments kept ratio like skyrocketed.
Wow. So just through the roof by just
removing that part of the process of not reminding, because they get torqued up when the prospect wouldn't show up.
Right.
It's like, okay, well, I'm in a different world. I'm employees. I'm paying you to be there from 10 to 6.
Anyway,
so, I mean, I get it. No one likes to be stood up. That sucks. Because they are on commission. Right. But, we removed that part of the process, and it went sky high. Like the last minute. Because what you do, you call them like the day before. I'll say that their appointment's at Saturday at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Then they find a reason
They
to
call
cancel.
them Friday at 2. Like, oh, I didn't. Like, are you still going to show up? Like, I didn't know I didn't have to. Like,
my great secret, by the way, is as soon as you can put it in the schedule, hey, you know what? Let me check with my wife first. You know what? I'm going to put it in place as a placeholder. It's just a placeholder. I'm going to send you the invite, but what if my wife cancels? Well, then you can call me and let me know it cancels.
Actually part of the interview process to get on our online sales team.
Just get the calendar invite out there.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is stay in the market. You're making your market by kind of going there. So this is the part you were almost most excited about, right? What is the biggest mistake? And we just talked about one is not scheduling the damn appointment.
Correct.
What's the biggest mistake you see agents make? Now, you love real estate agents. They make Tilson a lot of money. I love agents.
Yes.
You're dying to pay agents. By the way, agents, Tilson Homes is dying to pay you commission. Bring them a buyer.
Love to
pay you commission.
Yes.
Not going to fight you. Actually, you pay it
way cheaper than I'm paying for my leads.
Right. And also you pay at slab pour too.
Slab pour.
So agents, you don't even have to wait to get paid.
Well, we had to do it that way, right? Because it's a long process. To build a custom home on your land is a long process.
Right.
And
so,
most agents get paid at closing. I'm not waiting 12 months to get paid by you.
Right. So agents, you can get paid really soon. So you have a lot of advantages. But what are some of the biggest mistakes you see agents make? Again, we respect agents. I love agents.
Yes.
But what are mistakes you see them make?
Man, and it's not just agents. This is human beings in general. Like they're looking for a hack, a quick fix, a shortcut. And I've tried my share. I've not got on the GLP-1 train yet. Right. Who knows? The day, but my point. Why? Because I know what it takes to lose weight. I know. It's
diet and exercise.
It's a math problem. Pretty simple one too.
It's diet and exercise.
Okay, so the difference, discipline. That's the difference. So the biggest mistake I see them make is they are looking for a shortcut, a hack, something that'll make it faster, make it easier, getting paid fat, whatever. And then you mentioned it. Buying into the hype, whatever that is, of either the market is down or the market is amazing and wonderful. Like both of those are lies.
Right.
They're both lies that you tell yourself to get caught up in because they'll both give you an excuse of either A, I'm fantastic, or B, well, I can't make money anyway because the market's terrible. And both of which are self-fulfilling prophecies.
And by the way, in the market in the small towns you're in,
it doesn't change that.
It doesn't. Yeah, it's
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The market's the market.
Gladewater, Texas is pretty insulated from the rises and falls of the S&P 500.
It is, yeah.
not a lot going on.
There's not a lot of excuses.
No. The talk around the local lunch cafe is going to be a lot like it was the day before.
Right.
What was the price of cattle prices? Where are you going to church this weekend? Where are we eating afterwards? That's about it.
And those kind of people want phone calls. They want to talk to people live, and they buy homes from Tilson.
And great news is they're super simple. And if you do what you say you're going to do, you'll build every house in that community. If you lie to one person, you won't build a house for a generation. It's as simple as that.
Till everybody who hated you dies off.
Correct, exactly.
And forgets the story.
So I'd say that. I'd say instead of the mistakes they make, the successful ones, they find a system that's proven to work, whether they come with themselves or they get it from someone else, and they work that thing 100%. They're disciplined enough to never deviate from the system. And it will work out. There's no shortcuts. There's no quick hacks. It's really just hard work. Arrive early, stay late, call the leads that no one else wants to call. Right. Like, especially if they're given to you for free.
Right.
Knock the doors that no one else will go knock. Like, oh, these are just trash. Like, well, maybe.
One of the best agents I've ever seen knocking on doors, open houses, just absolutely killing it. She was making more money than she could ever make in her life. And then she got so spoiled by the market, she just sat in the office and waited for it to come to her. And then she came to me and said, hey, why is my business not successful?
Are you ready for feedback?
Yeah. So
brace.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, get over call reluctancy.
Right.
Which means get over yourself. Die to that. Build rapport fast.
And if you just say, I got to just schedule one appointment. If you just make it so much easier on yourself, just take all the pressure off. If I schedule one appointment, that's a successful day.
Yeah. And then prospect. Like, don't stop. No one will ever fight as hard for your success as you will. A prospect's not going to fight that hard for it. A customer's certainly not going to fight that hard. Like,
you can't drag your salespeople to success. No matter how inspirational you are, no matter how much you want it for them, no matter how good your training is, no matter how many books you have them read. You can have them
all the AI tools.
You can have them read Atomic Habits 100 times.
Good.
They're not going to be successful if they don't want it for themselves.
That's right. Yeah.
Sales is either the easiest, lowest paying job you've ever had or the hardest, highest paying job you will ever have. I've made stupid money and it was hard.
Yes.
And then I've had a couple years where I coasted a little and unsurprisingly,
didn't make a lot of money.
I didn't make a lot of money.
Yeah.
So we're all guilty of it. So
absolutely.
So that's the biggest mistakes you've seen agents make.
Yes.
What's the biggest mistake you've made in this business?
Mine was, I have to go back to I got caught up in my own press clippings.
Yeah.
In 2002 to 2007, just thinking that I was God's gift to new home sales, especially on your lot. And I mean, I learned a lot and I knew a lot of stuff about it and that was great. But the idea, and so not preparing, I stopped preparing. And when 2008, 2009, 2010 showed up, I was unprepared. And
A lot of us were.
Yeah, enough where like my uncle and our COO came and sat down with me at my office in spring that I was managing, whatever that meant.
Right.
I would say mismanaging at the time.
Right.
And we're like, are you going to make it? Like, you're going to be okay.
Wow.
And now, kudos to them for genuinely caring enough to come do that. But yeah, to say that our income took a dive was an understatement. And it'll be like, are you going to be able to pull this out?
Because the spring office is your highest selling
It's
office.
up there. It's not the highest.
I thought it was.
Our office in Boerne, Texas.
Oh, that's right, Boerne.
Out towards San Antonio, that market. And they're a great team out there. I'm not taking away from anything that they've done. But, I mean, it's pretty easy to say there's more people wanting to move to the hill country than there are to Houston. People don't retire to Houston, strangely enough. It's strange.
Yeah, that is. Yeah. Who wouldn't want to retire here? So
the mosquitoes and whatnot.
When you go through that process, so in 2006, I was Keller Williams Rookie of the Year. And same thing, I had everybody telling me how great I was. And I believed it. I am. Like, I have something figured out. I am the smartest man in the room, and I'm a marketing genius, and I can sell and I can close. And then 2008 came, and it got explained to me really quickly. Like, yeah.
Via tax return.
But what made you special and Tilson special, and I guess me a little special, is I survived it.
Yeah. Well, and didn't blame,
you don't blame other people.
You can't even blame the market. Like, that was a really bad market when you look back.
Was.
It was pretty bad.
But there were some
By the way,
people,
wasn't about 1987 for us.
No.
And we survived that.
Yeah.
So
Stacy Sutter, one of my buddies, and he was an early podcast partner of mine, 2007, 2008, he was a foreclosure agent. He had his best years ever. He was printing money.
Pick your market.
There's always someone having their best market. And by the way, I had a foreclosure account, and I determined earlier, like, this is not who I want to be. I can't kick people out of their house. That's that's
tough.
Not who
I don't have the heart for it.
Not who I'm built to be.
But,
all right. So what's your favorite beverage? Alcoholic.
Oh, alcohol.
Are you a bourbon guy?
I'm a bourbon guy, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm Tennessee whiskey.
Oh, are you? Okay.
I don't like the burn of bourbon for some reason.
So I don't like a real hot, like, I don't nothing cask strength, anything like that.
Right.
That's not for me.
Right.
But yeah, I kind of gave up on beer, not completely.
I'm Irish whiskey,
like
Tennessee whiskey.
400 pounds.
So I want you to picture yourself 2 bourbons, maybe 3 bourbons in.
Okay.
All right. So
close your eyes.
The tough advice that you would give a sales professional, a real estate agent, somebody who's looking to become a builder. What are some of the toughest pieces of advice you would give people?
So definitely the arrive early, stay late. Don't assume you know anything. You're not too good to do anything. Nobody wants to hear excuses. Nobody wants to hear excuses. Your customers don't want to hear it. Your peers don't want to hear it. Your bosses sure don't want to hear it. And the people who work below you don't want to hear it. You get to determine to your point, you carry a lot of energy. I carry a lot of energy. You come into especially if you're a leader, you come into a room and you're a little bit doom and gloom, and man, it's a really rough market out there. Like, as soon as that's an endorsement.
Right.
As soon as you say that, or they watch your eyes, or they know the normal Eric or the normal Tim, and they see you come in like that, like, we got a problem. You have a problem on your hands now, because you just quaboshed any energy that could have been coming out. Maybe it is tough, but you've bad tougher. That's arrive early, stay late, ask questions, not too many, enough to get clarity, and don't assume you know anything, and don't assume you're too good to do anything.
So
the time will come, by the way, if there is a better way to do it, there'll be a time that comes. If they watch you work that hard for long enough, you will have the emotional deposits in the bank account or the rapport with that leadership to be able to say, hey, boss, Tim, I had an idea. Like, I've been doing it this way and it's working, but I've been thinking, what if we tried it this way? If you have been coming early, staying late, taking the leads that no one wants, doing the door knocking, you will have a much higher probability of listening to them than otherwise.
All right. So when someone calls and gives you tough advice, so you're getting the toughest advice you have ever gotten, and someone is down your throat. By the way, I'm great at doing this professionally. Personally, I'm not as good, and I need to be better. So if I'm getting the toughest advice, I write, and if I'm getting really tough advice on one of my books, if I'm getting really tough advice professionally, there's one word you say: thank you. Thank you for giving me that advice. Then you know what you do? You hang up the phone and say, thank you for taking the time to do that. The next day you call them back and you say, thank you, a second time. Because if you can handle tough advice, you are going to make so many more moves in life.
That's
You're going to
so
make
true.
so much more money. And if you consider that this person was either angry or even more so, even better, this person cared enough about me to call me and give me this tough advice. Look, it's easy to pay compliments. That's what salespeople do.
Yep.
Hey, man, congratulations. A&M had a heck of a year. I mean, finished top 8. I mean, that's
Right
not
until the
bad.
end. Right until the end.
Texas Tech had a great year till Oregon.
They
right?
did. I thought no one could score less points in a playoff game than we could. Thank you.
But we did, yeah. But it's easy to talk and give compliments. That's simple. What's really tough to do is say, man, look, you used to bring it. And I love that. I love that you were door knocking. But coming in and sitting at your desk is not working.
No.
It's not. And
I care enough about you to have this conversation with you.
right. And I've gotten better at receiving it than giving it. And it took me a long time to get there professionally. Personally, like there's certain times I've had to tell people in my life, like, they're like, hey, you're pouting. It's like, you're right. And in a day, I will be able to process this and tell you it was great advice. But right now,
I need a minute.
I just want to go to bed early and cry, right? I just want to go eat badly, make some bad decisions.
I'm going to need a minute. Yeah.
So it's easy professionally for me to do it because I've
fair.
trained myself. Personally, it's hard. But if you can tell someone that's giving you tough advice, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Even especially actually on the upset customer side, right? Upset customer, upset client, it kind of diffuses the bomb.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
as soon as you say, like, man, I am so sorry that you're going through that. That is obviously not the level of expectation that we have for our own team. Certainly not for your experience.
Right.
And I can't do anything about what happened in the past. But man, you bringing this to my attention, we'll make sure that it doesn't happen again. And we're going to do everything we can to make this right. I'm like, no excuses. No, well, it was late or it was a Friday or we're getting this. It's the pandemic. It's the only trades we can get. Like, what are you?
Right. How about
doing?
the call that I get? Hey, the other realtor left my toilet running. Super, I'll take care of it.
Right.
That's all they want to hear.
That's it.
Not, I don't have no control.
Do we have who accessed the keypad? Like, who cares?
Right.
What difference does it make?
Right. They just want you to
fix
fix it. All right. So this is part. Any other advice we want to give before we go to guest shout out where you can talk about Tilson Homes?
Man, I don't have any. I'm not qualified to be giving advice. I want people to know that the old fashioned, because you got AI out there everywhere.
Work ethic doesn't go out of style.
Ever. AI is not going to fix anything for you. It's a cool tool and it'll help you. It is a force multiplier. It's not going to fix anything. It's not going to replace agents. It's not going to replace new home sales consultants. It's not happening because humans need human interaction. We're wired that way. So don't stay away from the shortcuts, away from the hacks, stay away from the latest and greatest, whatever program that you can buy.
Pick up the phone. Like AI can do a lot of work for you.
Sure can.
It really can, but pick up the phone.
Yes.
Get the no's, get the feedback.
And theoretically, there'll be less people who'll do that going forward.
Right.
And
so you're going to stand out.
Your conversion rate should go up by nature.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
Just because you're willing to do that one little hard thing.
Well, and, you hate to say it. My daughter's 25, and I cry for her generation in many ways because I met my wife because she lived 2 doors down, and I had to ask her out and get turned down 3 times.
Yeah.
Online dating's great, and I'm not saying there's anything against it, but it makes it so much easier. And by the way, my daughter met her boyfriend the old-fashioned way, and that's great.
Awesome.
I'm not saying she hasn't, but just all the advantages that they're given technology-wise where they don't have to learn things themselves. It's a bummer, and it makes me sound like the grumpy man out there. But sales is easy. Pick up the phone, answer the phone, tell people what they need to hear.
Get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Right.
Get good with rejection.
Get good with rejection.
It's okay. It's not because they're not rejecting you as a human being. Like, that's not what it's about.
Well, there's a story that I seldom tell and maybe shouldn't, but let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right. So there was a buddy that I hung out with in high school. Shout out Gary Ponder.
All right.
So Gary Ponder, I would go out dancing with Gary Ponder, and Gary Ponder would ask the most beautiful girl in the whole bar to dance. And sometimes she would say yes. And if she said no, Gary Ponder would ask the next most beautiful girl to him. Every woman's beautiful.
Yep. He had a draft list.
He had a draft list. And every night, Gary Ponder danced with somebody. And some nights it was the most beautiful girl in the bar. In his opinion, they're all beautiful.
Right.
And some nights it was his 11th, 50th, 100th round draft pick. But every night, Gary Ponder danced with somebody. And I didn't know I was getting sales training at the time. But that
100%.
Yeah, that guy, he's probably dead. Gary Ponder, if you're alive out there,
Shout
more
out.
power to you.
Give Tim a holler.
But You're probably dead. But if you're not, you taught me sales before I knew you were teaching me sales.
Yes.
He didn't care if he got rejected.
Doesn't matter.
A rejection at that time, when I was 17, a rejection would crater me for days. No, days, weeks maybe. Gary Ponder, a no was just
ask again later.
Ask again later. Move on.
Although no means no.
No means no with the woman. So no, he didn't. He asked one woman, he got a no. He moved to the next woman. He got a no, and he moved on. He didn't get multiple no's.
But her and I could change too. The first one.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely.
You go 2 hours in, and Gary ain't looking so bad anymore.
Yeah. He was a handsome young man. Gary, you were a handsome young man. All right.
From a prospecting standpoint.
And you were a genius. You were a forerunner in the sales industry. I hope you got into sales, Gary.
I do too.
All right. So guest shout out. Tell us about Tilson Homes. Why should people call you?
All right. So yeah, like I said, we're a fourth generation family owned operated company. We're based here in Texas. We are the oldest and largest exclusively on your lot builder in the state of Texas. And we really are we are trying to simply make people's, inspire independence and build memories. That's what we do. Like it's a lifestyle that people are buying from us. People are inviting us. I shouldn't say buying from. They are inviting us to help them get there. Like they have this idea in their head of okay, I kind of like this idea of having maybe an acre. Like no offense to people who've done the production subdivision thing. Right. Great place to raise kids. Great schools. Close to restaurants. Close to work. Right. But we find that there is a contingent of people that they've kind of been there and done that, and they're kind of tired of somebody telling them what color their front door has to be. They're tired of somebody telling them what day their trash can has to be in off the road, and they're tired of their neighbors' kids coming home from college and playing basketball until 3 a.m. next to their master bedroom. Right. So for those people, if you're done with that and you want an acre or 2 or 12 kind of out, like still commutable maybe, but a little further out, that's what we're here to help you make that happen. Like you don't have to know what a septic system is. You don't have to know how a water well gets installed. You don't have to know how the culvert gets there, how you get the land cleared, how we get the property owner association to give us ACC approval for the new, like we help with all of that and we will fund it. So that's why, like if that's the lifestyle that you want, we can do it for you. We build in towns too. About 9% of the time we build in the city. You go find a lot that's,
I've helped you find lots downtown Houston that you've built on. And you can do that.
We can do that.
Your specialty is?
Our specialty is where you have a hard time getting trades to show up, where you have a hard time getting responses back from, the county officials and things like that.
I'm gonna ask our listeners, I'm gonna ask you to close your eyes real quick. I want you to picture your grandkids running through rows of corn. I want you to picture a house that can welcome dozens of family members. I want you to picture Easter egg hunts that are set up along the fence post of your house. I want you to picture cookouts that are outdoors. I want you to picture whole families coming together for family reunions. If that's what you want a Tilson Home.
That's what we do. Yep.
That's what you want a Tilson Home. How can people reach out to Tilson Homes? Tell them about your website. You said you had the best sales force, so they're going to get a call from you.
You will have a hard time hiding from us if you engage us until you tell us to stop. But we are obviously TilsonHomes.com. So we have a website. It's open 24/7. We kind of call it our front porch of our company. That's where we're going to greet you and meet you. We got an online sales team there on standby. They'll text with you. They'll answer high level questions for you. They'll schedule you an appointment at one of our design center locations. We got 12 design centers all over the state that are open 7 days a week with model homes, beautiful model homes. Shout out to our SRT team, Richard Webb and his team, for making a house that maybe 20 years old look brand new. That's what they do. Obviously, we have Instagram, Tilson Homes. We have a Facebook page that's very interactive. We have a YouTube channel with over 300 videos. So that you will not, if you are considering building a custom home on your land, I don't care if it's in Texas or otherwise, you need to go to our YouTube channel and get educated. Tons of bingeable content. It's cleanly organized. Got playlists. We have a Tilson Live we do every Tuesday at 2:00. It's live on YouTube, live on Facebook. We're probably 250 episodes in.
Or if you just happen to be driving down I-10 or any street and you see a big Tilson sign,
come in and see us.
Pull in and see.
Yep, we get you a cup of coffee, bottle of water, go through the model homes, look at all the design center stuff, answer questions. Like we tell people all the time, like the only stupid question is the one you don't ask.
By the way, I've been there. You have cookies.
We do have cookies there. Yeah.
All right. A shout out to Kevin Massey and Go Long Studios. If you need a studio, find him. It's amazing setup here.
Unbelievable.
In upcoming episodes, actually later today, we have probably the most successful title salesperson I've ever seen. So she's seen thousands of people out there. We're going to have the biggest agent in Michigan coming on soon. One of the biggest agents in Colorado. So we've been statewide. We've done a lot of our original podcast here. We're going nationwide, baby. What? Nationwide.
Hardcore. Impressed. I don't belong in the room.
Yeah.
All of a sudden.
Thank you so much for coming today.
Tim, thank you. Thank you for the friendship and for inviting me and for what you've inspired me to do in business. It makes a big difference for me.
I look up to you as more than you can imagine. Peace out. All right. Thank you.